Mr. Chair, just wanted to make a short contribution in terms of some of the comments by the honourable member. Firstly, it's important to note that funding hasn't been cut to the tertiary sector, and in fact the increases in investment in the public tertiary institutions since 2008 is 14%, and that the increase in the university sector since 2008 is 18.6%. It's also important for him to note that the number of qualifications granted by the New Zealand system has been growing very strongly as a result of our focus on results. We're now up to 162,000 qualifications achieved in the 2012 year, and also significantly the highest level of qualifications at the degree level and above, around 25,000. The other good news, given his references to struggles for young Māori in Pacifica, is that the numbers of young people, young Māori in Pacifica, studying at university has gone up by around 3,000 each from memory. That's good news as well. It's a significant increase. And in terms of the cost of student loans to individuals, they're currently paying them back if they stay in the country in around 6 to 7 years on average. So I appreciate the member wants to, and I think he pretty much nailed a multi-billion-dollar increase in expenditure in the tertiary sector in that short speech, including writing off student loans, a much larger student allowance and free tertiary education for all. So he might need to cuddle up with the Greens and their money printing machine, but at least it'll be a 3D printer, and I suppose that's positive. But Mr. Chair, the New Zealand tertiary system is very high performing. The New Zealand tertiary system does a very good job for students. It actually covers the cost of 70% of their tuition. It provides student loans which are then written off because there's no interest on the student loans if you stay in the country, around 40%. So all these things are, and of course there are also student allowances available for many students as well. It's a very generous student support system given the private benefits that are obtained from tertiary education. For example, real value. The reality is, the irony slightly of Mr. Harawira commenting about this is that the tertiary graduates achieve an income roughly about 50% of premium over those that never go to university, and so the irony of making those that never go to university pay for those that do seems a little bit strange. But of course it's a contest of ideas, and that's appropriate. But Mr. Chair, the other point that I would make in closing is that, as I say, we have a very strongly performing tertiary sector which is delivering great results, and we're working to improve it further with a particular interest in some of the skilled areas like ICT, engineering and science and agriculture, where we definitely need more people, and that's a program that's continuing. So, Mr. Chair, I think the TEC is doing a good job. There's always a work in progress, but I think Mr. Harawira needs to go and look at some of the facts about the performance that we're achieving in the sector. Thank you.
So the question is that the report of the Education and Science Committee on the 2012-13 financial review of the Tertiary Education Committee be noted. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Members, we move now to the Transport and Industrial Relations Committee report on the Accident Compensation Corporation. Mr. Chair.